Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. There's a lot of stuff that happened though, I've noticed on here. No, so there's big news from this right here. There's some stuff going on with Destiny. I did actually get back into that after I said, hey guys, I'm not gonna go into this for a long time, and now I'm like coming back to it after like a few months. I was planning on dropping it, but then they announced that Star Wars collapse, so I was really looking forward to it, but now I'm not sure because of all the updates that are currently going on. On top of that, there's this other thing going on with Smash JT again, and I'm like, oh god, not again. Yeah, again. So Smash JT is also on the prowl right now, on a good way, And then there's also some stuff going on with some movies too that I just saw, which there was one that I was talking about in particular that I did watch, and that was the was it 28 Years Later, which was supposed to be the next sequel. Okay, so they had 28 days, 28 weeks, and they didn't have months. They skipped months and went straight into years, but you know, I could go on that for a while. I honestly could, on why I feel like they skipped over one, and I honestly feel like they should have not done that, but they're like, you know what, forget months, let's go into years. And then there's also some stuff going on with like the Pokemon cards again, because oh my god, there always has to be something going on with them every single time, and it never fucking goes away, because the scalpers, they never go away either. So that's what's going on. I honestly feel like if you are a scalper, I hope you step on a Lego tonight. That's all I can say. It's some crazy shit going on though every time with Pokemon cards. And this is from Smash JT. Yeah, you know how I said like it's going back to Smash JT again? Guess what? So right now, currently on Dustborn, you know, the big sensation that people were like talking about, which had an unveiling of probably like 400 people. Oh wait, hang on, let me make that 455 people actually played they gave it a 66.93 on the percentage, and I'm like, wow, that seems kind of low, not gonna lie. And there currently is 0 people playing the game. Yeah, and the crazy part is they said that this game was supposed to be like for the modern audience, and the modern audience is currently 0. Yeah, that's there's a full story going on to that right here. You know, I honestly recommend you guys check out Smash JT for this, because we may react to this like at some point later on. Just not now though, just not right now though, because it is a bit of a lengthy video, because he does do all his research, guys. So if you guys are interested in that, I highly recommend following Smash JT and then checking out the video. He does do a lot of shit though on covering stuff like this. So yeah, Dustborn, 0 people, the critical acclaim of no one. Next that we have, guys, and this is legal, this is the not legal, this is the Steam censorship campaign, which is currently going on, and the details of, you know, removing whether or not, you know, like if some stuff's legal, which, you know, for most cases right now it's like they're like, is this game seem violent? Is this an FPS game? Oh, we can't have that in modern day. And yeah, and there's also some other stuff too, which I guess you could put the basis out there. It just depends, because it's like a 50-50, which is a not safe for work games, but those are like the 50-50 ones. But the other games are like FPS I used are getting in that crosshair because of violence, and I guess people can't really discern what violence is from real life to a video game. And I honestly feel like it's going to get to the point where people are going to get really pissed, because they're like, hey, I want to play the new, God forbid, Call of Duty, which I know no one's going to play because, one, it's Call of Duty. We all know how this went, where it was like it's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. I can't. You know, and you know, there was a video actually, and I was thinking about watching that with you guys, but I went ahead and watched it anyway, so we're not going to watch that one. But this one was talking about Call of Duty, the direction that they're going, and this is the direction where a lot of shit's going right now. I kind of hate this. I really do hate this, and it's all from this one group. It really is called Collective Shout. Yeah, Collective Shout. Activism basically. You know, there was it like 4 or 5 women in Australia that are saying these video games are too violent, they cause violence, and I'm right here just saying I think the right thing is to say if we take away the video games, people will get violent. I'm still under that consensus right there because I'm seeing this shit happen on, you know, on 4K. Next that we have is Destiny 2. It's hitting its low. It's basically, I think this, yeah, dude, yeah. So guys, this is like the lowest that it has ever been in the whole franchise. Like, well, actually, no, I think this is the second time because I think there's a low one on the 2nd of July. No, it is one of the lowest ones that has been so far on this week. But right now, it is Portal fatigue. I'm gonna be honest with you. How many of you guys like Portal? Raise your hands. Yeah, that literally nobody. I'm gonna be honest with you because I have been playing that. I did finish up most of the stuff, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The season pass progression, I feel like the way how they did the how they've been changing it constantly, like 4 times after everyone didn't say anything from it, and they were saying, "Hey, it's really good. I really like this," and they're like, "Well, you like it, but we don't, so we're going to change it 5 times." And yeah. I honestly don't like it. I honestly do. I feel like the progression in the game is really hurting just the, you know, the lifeline of the game, which is the player base, and it is showing right there. On top of that, they are nerfing a lot of stuff, and I hate that. But the thing is too, Destiny Rising, you know, Destiny Rising also came out this week too. So most of the people who were playing Destiny are currently playing Destiny Rising, which is a mobile game for free. Ish. It's a gacha game. It's a gacha game. I do not know how I feel about that though. I honestly, we're getting fucked over by Bungie to getting fucked over by a gacha mechanic. So I honestly do not know how I feel about that because I'm slightly conflicted on that. So and the other thing is too, going on top of that with the stuff, and this can go to the first part, which was talking about the raids. You guys probably are aware of raids, dungeons. And I did see the one from Ash and Iron. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's kind of sad that they're just so essentially. What I'm getting from it is if you guys played, what was it? The, you know, when you got like, you know, was it the Midnight Coupe and the other ones with the gold shiny variants, where they added in the, or was it the rounds for the wave system? I forgot which one that was called. But you know, they also had an activity for a limited time. If you did this, you got these cool emblems if you finished it, and yada yada yada, and you get these shiny variants too of these weapons. You guys remember that? It's like that. And it's crazy too because people were saying, I like this type of concept, it's really good, and Bungie's like, you know what, we'll take it away and bring it back later on, but format it as something different, which is dungeons these times. Yeah, so I'm just under the assumption we're just going to do like a certain checkpoint on that dungeon for the dungeon, which I still kind of want the one for the raid out, just because that one is probably more rewarding than anything that I have played so far, and it seems really enjoyable just going in there, just having a fun time, and just because it does go to like specific loot too. So there's also that when you go into a certain checkpoint in that raid, it is a certain modifier, and I really like that. But Bungie's like, no, we can't have that. So that's the other thing that's coming out. So I kind of feel, you can tell, I feel like I feel a little pissed that they did that. Next that we have is Grums, and this is talking about the shit that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so the payment processors, or the processors collective shout are mega triggered right now. Yeah, so this is what's going on right now. This is the admin. I'm pretty sure you guys remember this guy. He was here for like a bit last Sunday, I think like 2 Sundays ago, and we were talking about him where he got his source of payment taken away because of the itch.io was like, oh, we can't have you like make games because people are telling us that you are making these games. And yeah, so right now it's looking to the point where Visa and MasterCards are making a temporary calculated retreat, as someone said in the comments, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of funny though. I'm gonna be honest with you again, as I said, if you it's just a fucking game, and it's all, you know, like the thing that people always talked about, which is like GTA. You know, it's not like people are gonna go and steal a car and do all that stuff like from GTA in IRL. I'm just saying, or like what's game? There was a game I was just watching right now. I was watching Zentrea. It's not like we're going to go into a spaceship, into an alien planet, and then just fight these paranormal, like, entities, and then yourself, and that also is a paranormal entity. uh we're not going to fucking do the IRL, but they're saying you're going to do the IRL. Okay, all right, whatever. I don't know how to work on that. And this is Sony is reportedly planning a Nintendo Switch style PlayStation 6 portable. So basically, they're going to try to copy the Nintendo Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch OLED and the Nintendo Switch just as a whole, and have PlayStation games on there. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be probably like maybe like $900. I'm calling that price right now. It's going to be 900. The only reason why I'm saying that it's Sony. That's literally it. It's just because it's Sony, guys. That's the main reason why it's Sony. And I'm going to be honest with you. What games can they actually put on there that can fit in that device? I mean, they do have the OLED, which is I wouldn't say like a really good one. I honestly feel like it's okay. And then I know they have the Nintendo Switch 2, which is supposed to be like the better version of the Nintendo Switch, and basically it's supposed to be a better one. I honestly feel like there's not much of a difference, as you just get like a little bit of pixel quality and that's it. And that really doesn't do much on that right there. I honestly feel like Sony will do the same thing. It's like, but look at, we added in one extra pixel more to this critically acclaimed game that we have remastered 29 times, and that is The Last of Us Part 4, Episode 4, Sequence 3. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry I had to throw that joke right there, but dude, like, that's probably going to be the first game on there. If they're going to do a Nintendo Switch portable, they're going to do The Last of Us, and they're going to do a remake for that remake that has gotten a remake from that last remake from the original. And all in the course of like 10 years. Shit. It literally took 10 years. And they remade that game like fucking like 3 times. And I honestly feel like they could be putting that money somewhere else. But they're going to be making it on PlayStation 6 portable. And that's probably going to be the first game. And it's going to be $900 plus tax. And if you are very smart, they're probably going to be like, which I'm being like, no one's going to be smart enough to buy this, because I'm not going to buy this. It's going to be like, you can get it for like, it's going to be like $900 for the console. Now, if you want to get the game, it's going to be probably like, they're going to probably do shit like Nintendo did, because they opened up a Pandora's box. And I'm pretty sure you know what I'm alluding to right now, where it's like, the games are probably going to be like $20, $10 more, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? But they're going to be like, hold on. You see, I am your savior, and I'm just going to make the game slightly cheaper, and it's going to be pre-installed into the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 6 handheld. I'm your savior. There you go. And it's like, wait, hang on. But the game's still going to be expensive. And they're like, yeah, all the games are going to be expensive. And then they're going to say like something like, kind of like what Nintendo did, because they opened that box. And I'm still upset about that. I'm still 100% upset over that. I honestly, that's one reason why, guys, I just jumped over to playing emulator like a lot more, because I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'd rather get it for free at this point in Nintendo's lifespan, because before they used to be like more family friendly, and the thing is too that I hate is that they're family friendly. Like the games that you grew up with, like Mario, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, that shit. Yeah, instead of it being on PlayStation, PC, it's basically a monopoly on that. And the people are going to be like, Sin, what are you talking about? They don't have a monopoly over that. You know what they do? Like there's a certain game called Power World that they already hit with like a lawsuit, which I don't know what the situation is going on that, but I'm gonna like research that now. Out of just curiosity, see what the situation is with that, because I know they got hit with Nintendo's lawyers, and they're like, hey, you can't do that, you're copying from us. And then they're like, no, we're not. And they're like, yeah, you are, because they look like our Pokemon, which I guess that's like going to another thing too, because I know Moist Critical also talked about that at the same time, where it's like, it could be like that, but the mechanic wise, it's really not the same. It's basically, if you had Pokemon like games, that they've made, but then they just added in a Glock or an AK-47 and, you know, explosions and shit like that. I honestly don't know. That's literally the only thing that they have that's really different, and it's not even the same format as how standard Pokemon games are. Now, I guess you could say like the new format's kind of getting changed up, going on with like, you know, Scarlet and Violet, but it still feels the same. It barely feels like it's much of a difference on that. But this is a little extra stuff that I found that was very interesting. Meanwhile, on the internet, welcome to Demon School Iruma. Season 4 is scheduled on April 2026. After a whole fucking year, it's finally here. God damn. I've waited so long for this. It's been 84 years, chat. 84 years I've waited for this, and now it is here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Finally, we're getting there, and chat's gonna be saying, but Sin, you know you can read the manga. No. Shh. Shut your mouth. You're gonna ruin this for me. Don't do it. Meanwhile, on the internet, Cyberpunk 2077 teases something for September 4th. There are a few clues with the NUSA and President Rosalind Myers that have been planned. And I'm like, holy shit. Cyberpunk 2? Or not Cyberpunk 2. Basically another version of Cyberpunk right there we're going to be getting. Or a DLC. I'm okay with either one. I may do a fresh start though, just so I can get like... Because I kind of hate that you just don't have the option to go like, hey, I want to do New Game Plus to keep the stuff you want to have. And then CD Projekt Red is like, what's New Game Plus? That's literally how I felt. That's literally how I felt from that whole thing. Meanwhile, on the internet, the first look of 28 years later, part 2, The Bone Temple, will be in theaters of January 16th. And all I can say is, God fucking damn it, why the fuck did they have to do a part 2? Did they think people will hate the first one that they did for 28 years later? Yeah, because it felt like there was more questions than answers, and those answers that we got gave more, they literally spawned more questions. And I honestly felt like lazy writing, like what the fuck. But it's like right here, and I'm right here just like looking at it, it's like, God fucking damn it, man, he's gone full caveman. And even some guy, and dude, okay, look at that. As I was saying, some guy right here, his name's called Champagne. It says 28 years later was a dog shit movie. That's the nicer way of saying it. I really could have came up with some other stuff, but then chat vocabulary would have expanded to a new degree, and I did not want to give him that. I did not also want to be the one that causes that too. So yeah, but he did say this completely ruined the franchise. Yeah, basically. I remember when I first saw this movie 28 days later. Damn. Then 28 months later, and then like, damn. And then went to years, I'm like, what the fuck happened? What happened within the months? Something happened. But what? We'll never know. I must have been like knocked out for a couple of years to miss those months. Meanwhile, on the internet, Visa is now inserting itself as a company that influences the culture in video games. I, Sinday Lion, am the master of all video games. I shall now proceed to be an asshole and take away the games. Your king has spoken. That's literally Visa right now. That's exactly what's going to go on. I don't like this. Yeah, that's why I put this in the meanwhile section, because I didn't want to talk about it anymore, because the first part I was just like alluding to. I didn't want to go into more of that because it scared me, but because that's literally the train of thought that I had. I am the king. I am the king. Don't worry, chat. I have my trusted golden submarine. It's like, but sis, what the fuck? Why that submarine? Don't worry, it's okay. I didn't test anything from it using an Xbox controller. Because surely this is not going to turn into a huge dumpster fire and crash and burn. or sink and then implode. Just like, damn, did you really have to do that joke? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I just saw that thing. I just saw that fucking thing that chat sent, and I'm like, God damn it. That's gonna be in my head for like playing on repeat for like a good few months. God fuck damn it. Meanwhile, on the internet, Pokemon giveaways shared this very ominous picture of something going on in Sam's, and this is the prismatic card. Ah, yes, a picture of moments before disaster. Yeah. I honestly feel like this gives me PTSD now. Just looking at this and knowing the context of it gives me PTSD. Yeah. People that be like, no, you can only get one. And I'm right here just like, oh, that's good. And then the employee takes like 4, and I'm like, but you said I could only grab one. It's like, yeah, you can grab one. Me, however, I'm like, what the fuck? And then everyone else starts like dogpiling and taking everything. I'm like, oh no, it's all falling apart, man. This picture gives me great PTSD as well as great stress, cause the context. You're welcome for that. That's why I wanted to leave it off. Thank you. Oh man, I fucking hate this. That's why I have the digital app now. I'm not sponsored by them. If I was, I honestly feel like I would say it's a lot more safer. Just saying. You also get pretty cool animations, like story things from Pokemon cards that you get, like the full art ones. Come on. Can a Pokemon card do that? Can a physical card do a full story? No. Can a digital one do that and play whenever you want to? Yes. Therefore, my reasons of reasoning have been reasoned. That's why I refuse to play the physical game at all. It's not worth it. Financially, not worth it. Physically, I feel like you're going to get assaulted quite a bit, so not worth it. And the moral of the story is, don't grow up. Yeah, that's literally the lesson of this story here. Chad, don't grow up. Yeah. What you guys were expecting me to say something like really insightful? I don't know what to say, man. Do you not see what's going on right now? What the fuck am I supposed to do? It's like, I don't know what to do. I'm right here freaking out just like you guys are when it comes to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? If you guys happen to have anything that's popped up this week, feel free to put it in the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you are interested in joining in. We do have community game nights every now and then, or just little movies watch ups, which one is coming up this week. So if you like Pokemon, that's a movie we're going to be watching. I'm not going to allude to what. You're just going to have to come in and find out. But thank you so much. Have a most wonderful rest of your day, a rest of your week, and I will see you then.
Always in the wrong, knowing where we stand.